Hey, thanks for stopping by, and if I haven't sent you already, subscribe. It's free to you, and with 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube will start paying me. So it would help me, and it certainly doesn't hurt you, and benefit to you. You get announcements whenever I post something new, and the stuff will get more interesting as time goes on, I promise. So here with the Endura FS260 Pro short sleeve jersey 2 and bib shorts. Endura is a Scottish company, and they seem to pride themselves on no-nonsense gear that stands up to rough riding and abuse. So the jersey, which we have here, is sort of their basic or entry-level jersey. It has 3 different materials, it seems. There's a grid fabric, which you can see here for the front, the back. There is a spandex on the sleeves, and there is a lighter weight grid material on these side panels. Not that you can tell from the video, but it is thinner. You can actually see through it more easily, and it stretches better. The grid material itself is a bit of a departure for entry-level jerseys in the sense that it feels a little more, it's less absorbent, a little more techy than actually stuff that's called tech fabric by some manufacturers, or transfer, or Prosecco, or microfiber. You've seen it a zillion times. You probably have jerseys made of it. That stuff's a little thicker, stretches a little more, but it doesn't feel like it's as much a directional stretch. This feels like a step up. It's a little thinner, so a little cooler. It's a little better on warmer days, and that's a plus. The sleeves, as you see here, are spandex, and they have grippers at the end. They have a gripper band at the end. Interestingly, on the terms of the review, washing seems to have actually worn out the gripper stuff fairly well, but because there's the band holds in place pretty well. The cut is supposed to be not racy, but racy, which I guess is like, it should fit reasonably close, but it's not baggy. In fact, they come up with, they have 2 size designations. There's a relaxed fit and a normal fit. I got the normal fit in both cases. It should look fairly sleek. So the material breathes well, dries actually pretty fast. It didn't feel like you really needed a dryer for it. By having the super stretchy sleeves with the less stretchy body, it does feel like it fits pretty closely, but still has a lot of room to move, which is good. Another thing that Endura is really into is their pockets. As you see here, they have a 5-pocket design. The middle one is bigger than the sides, which actually can be good if you're, let's say, stuffing a rain jacket in the middle of your back. It'll fit much more easily. If you like 3 matching size pockets, not the best. All the same, I was able to fit enough gear for a 5-hour ride. So I was able to fit 4 bars, a vest, arm warmers, bike wallet, mask, keys without issue. So it does work pretty well for that. And so I would say that in terms of the jersey, sorry, a little distraction here. It's for basic road wear. I'd say it's a decent upgrade, and it's comfortable to boot. The collar is a little different. They actually put 2 different materials. You have a spandexy on the outside, and you have light grid on the inside. I still haven't been able to figure out why, but it looks good, it stretches well, and it doesn't really flap around too much. It sits, you flip it around, you see the Endura stripes. It sits pretty well around your neck, even when you're hunched over in the riding position. General piece of advice, because they have these rubbery logos on it, you probably do want to turn it inside out at the before you wash it, and zip up always, of course. Now, onto the shorts. The shorts are, they're definitely, if you look at their range, entry-level shorts, which, whatever that means, in this case it means fewer bells and whistles than their fancier shorts, but because of product evolution, what's considered basic has changed a lot over time. So one of the big things I always like to start off with is the chamois, the pad. So, as should be typical for these days, it does stretch. It is multi-density. It has channels, and as the waffling shows, it actually breathes somewhat well. It breathes more than older chamois do. It still gets soggy eventually. The top, this red stuff, is fairly soft and is pretty good on your butt after a long time in the saddle. So good thing for that. The only thing that's a limit for this chamois is, if you see this, how they have this flap of material going a good bit beyond these pads. When you're standing up, it kind of, in the shorts, not riding, you'll notice that it kind of flips over in an odd feeling way. But other than that, it works very well. The shorts are secured by these 5 centimeter wide grippers. They actually feel much less substantial than they look. They're very easy to get on. And part of the reason is that the gripper, they put silicone, but only on about half of it. So if you see this top section here, or actually bottom section, because I'm holding them upside down, this section is very sticky, but this section is not very sticky. So they go on pretty well. It feels fairly light. They still were able to hold on to leg warmers and knee warmers pretty well in my experience. And when my legs were wet from rain or sweat, they did not ride up at all. The short is made, the body has 2 different kinds of spandex. There's one here, and then these side panels with the rubbery logos have a more compressive spandex and are joined in the back by another compression panel. I think, though Endura isn't saying, I think that actually helps with conforming the short to your legs, particularly as you're pedaling, so that when you're going up to the top of the stroke, the shorts don't bunch up at all. The flip side is when you get to the bottom of the stroke, it actually, you almost can feel the short stretching a little as you get to the bottom of the stroke, which is kind of interesting. The bibs are yet another material. Let's take a close look. It's very meshy. It kind of has more of a brushed feel to it, so it feels very dry. I find it pretty comfortable, and then the tape they have on the sides is fairly soft as well and fits against your shoulder rather nicely. In the back, they have this yoke setup, which sits low enough on your shoulders that you don't really notice the seams at all. In front, one of the things I've been talking about is shorts have been getting a good bit lower. When I'm standing up, my navel's uncovered, which is good. When I'm bent over, it just has the light mesh. So that too is actually fairly nice and minimal, which I really enjoy. They have reflective logos. The Endura logo here is reflective. They have the 2 stripes here on the bottom of the gripper, which I can't tell you whether or not they work at all. I'd like to think they do. And for that reason alone, I'd say it's better than a bunch of other shorts where they stitch in a teeny piece of reflective tape. This looks more substantial. Whether or not the cars see it, I haven't been able to find out yet. The logos have withstood about 15 washings so far. Look like they're in good shape, though they're starting to show signs of wear. I flipped them inside out, so it'll last for a while. I don't expect it to last forever. In terms of riding, the shorts were plenty comfortable for 5-hour rides. It didn't go longer than that. And the body stayed on pretty well. The shorts didn't move even when they were soaked. And that's basically what I want out of a short. A plus is that the bibs are comfortable and barely notice them. I don't know what it is about this kind of mesh, but it is certainly one of the lightest meshes I've tried when it comes to jersey material or jersey bib material, and I highly recommend it. So those are the shorts. I'd say ride them. Remember, you don't have to, if you're looking for something that you want to grind into the ground because you're doing lots of miles, this stuff seems great. It also could be good for mountain biking for that reason. I haven't been able to crash test it yet, thankfully, but since the material feels kind of durable, I should say it's not the thinnest, I expect it to do pretty well in that realm. So thanks for stopping by. Check out our other videos, subscribe, and I will see you soon. There's more coming up. Go for a ride.